Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to look at the top 10 most expensive cards from Crimson Haze. There are some beautiful cards in this set. There are some very nice cards in this set. But I'm going to tell you right now, there is no massive money card in this set. There is no card in this set which is going to be hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Some of you might not love this. I do. I think this is wonderful and brilliant and awesome, and I am a gigantic fan of this. This set is becoming honestly pretty available, pretty affordable for basically everyone, and I think this is absolutely lovely. And you got to bear in mind, I'm recording this on release day. This is like the day the set releases, I'm recording this. Hopefully posting it as well. We'll see how the schedule works out. So this is kind of like the sets just come out super hype period. This is when the cards should be ridiculously expensive. It's not working out that way, and I think this is wonderful. So, with that borne in mind, let's start off at number 10. At number 10, we've got ourselves the Special Illustration Rare Sinister, which is coming in at 2,000 yen. Yeah, you see, 2,000 yen is really not very much. 2,000 yen, bearing in mind this is a top 10 card, $13. 10th biggest card in the set, $13. It's Special Illustration Rare, not the number one Special Illustration Rare Pokemon for what it's worth. There is one that is slightly higher, but make no mistake about it, this is a very, very cool thing. Of course, it is Sinister, which is a very lovely Pokemon. It's got that attack for a single colorless energy that lets you shuffle all your grass energy from your discard pile into your deck and drop 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon for each energy shuffled back in that way. It's fine, and it's got beautiful artwork, and for what it's worth, it does actually match the Poltergeist as well, which is kind of lovely. And as a fun little side note, now we got better images, we can confirm they are both by the same artist. So beautiful card, but the value is not there, and I think that's wonderful. In at number 9, we got the gold version of Ursaluna, which is coming in a shade higher at 2,300 yen, which is about $15. And what we're talking about here is a card which, it's a gold version. And I know that sounds pretty obvious because I said gold Ursaluna, but one thing to bear in mind here, the gold cards generally don't get too high on this list. Now, this is a smaller set, and it's a single set, not a double set, and it's a mini set, not a main set. So this all makes perfect sense. But gold Ursaluna coming in at number 9, not what we would expect. And of course, Ursaluna is a decent card. The ability basically says that for every prize card your opponent has taken, you reduce the cost of this Pokemon's attacks by 1 colorless energy. So you can get down to do 240 for 0 energy. That's not too bad. That is a big angry bear. In at number 8, we've got the gold version of Luminous Energy, and this is coming in at 2,600 yen. So here we're up to about $17. And look, Luminous Energy we've had for a while. Luminous Energy came out in Paldea Evolved. It's a decent card that has not seen as much play as I think I and a lot of other people expected. I do expect this to change in the future. I think this is a very good card with a lot of potential. It's a energy which is colorless, but it's any color, but only if it's the only special energy attached. Otherwise it goes to being colorless. I think there's potential, and this is going to come back in the future. In at number 7, we've got the full art of Perrin. And look, we all know this is not going to be the last Perrin on this list, yeah? We know there's a Special Illustration Rare. We know that it is coming up higher. We'll get there in a moment. This is the full art of Perrin, and look, it's cool. And full art Perrin here is coming in at 3,500 yen, which means you're talking somewhere in the region of, well, pretty much exactly $23. And I really like Perrin in the games. She takes pictures and helps you catch Pokemon. And look, if you've played the DLC, you will know that in the Blood Moon Ursaluna set, we had to have Perrin being a bit of a focus. And it's a decent card. It lets you put 2 of your Pokemon from your hand back into your deck, and then go and search your deck for as many Pokemon as you shuffled back. Cool. And you know what? Yeah, it's a decent card. Swap 2 Pokemon you don't want for 2 Pokemon that you do. But really here, it's Perrin, and everybody likes Perrin, and this is a lovely full art. In at number 6, we've got the gold version of Escape Board. Yeah, that's right. 3 gold cards made the top 10. To put it another way, all the gold cards made the top 10 of this list, which is not something we can generally say for most sets. Now, this is coming in the gold version at, well, as I'm looking here, it's 3,800 yen, which put to the shade above the Perrin I just showed you, which comes in at basically dead on $25. Not bad for the number 6 card in the entire set. And look, Escape Board is a very, very cool card. It lowers your retreat a bit. But we don't have much that lowers your retreat a bit, honestly. So you know what? Yeah. Basically, it lowers your retreat by 1, but if you've got 30 or less HP remaining, it gives you free retreat. It's the best thing we've got in terms of retreating tools right now. And if you look at deck lists coming out of Japan in the format we're just about to move into at EUIC, when the rotation hits, you'll see this popping up everywhere. There's your explanation. In at number 5, we've got the Lana full art, which is coming in at an even 4,000 yen, which is about $26.50. And look, Lana is more popular than Perrin. Kind of. They're very close, I'll be honest with you. Like, Perrin's 3.5, Lana's 4. Let's not pretend there's some huge difference between them. But the Lana full art is outpacing the Perrin full art at the moment. And in terms of a card, it's actually really good. You get free in any combination of basic energy and Pokemon that don't have a rule box from your discard pile into your hand. It's replacing Clara, which is rotating, and it's better in some ways, it's worse in other ways, but it's the best option that we've got, basically. And there's your explanation. That's why this is a good card. Good card. People like Lana. And yeah, it's a full art version of it. There's your explanation. There's why this is a little bit high. Coming in at number 4, we've got the Special Illustration Rare Reverse Luna, which is coming in at 4,300 yen, or about $28.50. Again, we are in the number 4 card in the set here. I will say, this is the last one that doesn't outpace a booster box. The top 3 all cost around double a booster box. Ursaluna, a booster box is like 5,500 yen, so this is still cheaper than a booster box. So if you're not going for the top 3, you can legitimately here just buy the single you want, and it's going to be cheaper than trying to pick up a booster box. I love this. I think this is wonderful, wonderful news, and I'm thinking a lot of people are going to be agreeing with me here, and that's wonderful. And look, it's the same card it was before. The big difference here is, there's a Munchlax on the art. That's why I want this card. I've told you in a couple of videos, my 2-year-old is a huge Munchlax fan. There is a random Munchlax on this card. I don't know why there is a random Munchlax on this card, and I don't care. It makes me want the card. Now, in at number 3, we got the Special Illustration Rare of Greninja, and this is where we see a big jump to the top tier cards, because this is an 11,000 yen card. I said there was a big jump. There is a pretty gosh darned big jump. 11,000 yen, you're at $73. $73 is a lot. And like I say, now this is basically about it. The other 2 cards on this list are a smidge higher. We are not talking about some ridiculous price card here. However, there are 3 here on this list that do make that jump up. And look, it's the artwork here. The Greninja is no rarer than the Blood Moon Ursaluna. And I'm kind of thinking it's probably not going to be quite as good a card. Absolutely could be wrong about that. But everyone loves Greninja, and just look at it. That's your explanation. I wish I could give you a better explanation. And it does have single energy, 170, search any card. That's a great attack. But it's a stage 2, and most stage 2s nowadays aren't good, although some of them are. I don't know, maybe it's going to be a great deck. But honestly, if you ask most Pokemon fans, hey, who do you prefer, Greninja or Blood Moon Ursaluna? It's going to be a landslide for Greninja. So yeah, this is getting expensive. And by now, you've probably guessed what the top 2 cards are. They're actually tied. In at 12,000 yen, we've got both Lana and Perrin Special Illustration Rares. They are both, as I'm recording this, going about the same price. There's not much to pick between them. What we've got here is the two popular supporters and the special illustration rare, and they are the only, incidentally, special illustration rare supporters in the set. They're both stunning, and I do think over time Perrin is going to win, because Perrin has got the Growlithe, and those cards match together and are absolutely stunning as a pair. And I do think over time Perrin is going to rise to the top for that reason. I've told you what both of these cards do, we don't need to go back over that. But basically what you've got here are the supporters, which especially in Japanese sets, pretty much always outpace the Pokemon. They are stunning, they are special illustration rares. I want both of these cards. And look, these are probably the two best cards in the set. Like, I want the Blood Moon Ursaluna because there's a Munchlax on it. But there's nothing else really in this set that rivals these two. This makes perfect sense. Did I even tell you what 12,000 yen was? Oh, that's some bad YouTubing, Wassy. 12,000 yen is $80. These are the two cards you want. You've been told, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me which of these cards are your chase cards. Tell me which of these cards you're looking for. Tell me which of these do you think are under or overvalued in your eyes. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassy. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far, the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, or you've been watching PTCG Radio.